So just to traverse through some happy spaces and paint you guys a more beautiful picture of what it is to change your life and, you know, be the person that you were meant to be that unique expression that's true to you. You see, we can get stuck in places that aren't so happy, and that's because we're reliving the past. And we might know this and we might be aware of this, but we're not fully aware of the repercussions that we're going through, just like myself. That's why I turned to drinking on a nightly basis for the past year, drinking 2 to 3 bottles of wine a night, going through 12 plus, maybe 20, 24 cans of beer, or drinking a buttload of liquor. And the only reason I was doing that was because I had so much pain and hurt within myself that was the only space that I felt at peace to be as I was. But it wasn't even at peace because I still didn't like myself. I still wanted to die nightly, and I still kept pressing myself in the directions that weren't good for myself, and always going with that inner destructive mentality, whether it was at the gym and taking out my aggression that way. And there's nothing wrong with lifting weights, but the way that I was doing it, I was certainly causing a lot more damage to myself and ignoring the pain. The pain would grow, and I'd just keep pressing through and being like, you know what, I'm going to drive this body down into the ground. And I just wasn't happy at all. I didn't have a form or a function, a purpose. I didn't feel that I fit in anywhere. And I get all that. But the place it, or the whole thing is first we have to come to look at what's within, and a lot of the inner notions that we have held of the past and the things we don't want to re-experience, we keep re-experiencing because we've grown such a box of pain and hurt that we believe that that's all that exists, and it feels like we just have this giant void within. And that's kind of where grace steps in, the unconditional love, to realize that you're wanted and accepted just as you are. And as you begin to work through that stuff, all these past notions and things of the external manifestations that you were turning to start to fall and drop away. We kind of reach that precipice where things just have to change. And once they do, wow, what a beautiful world and what a beautiful person you are, and ourselves. So it is possible to change. It only takes the desire to want to. And the tools are out there, they're everywhere. You don't even need anything on the outside, for it's already within. But the external tools do help. Like, I really like combining various herbal tea blends of loose leaf. And the more you begin to traverse within those things, the more it opens you up, especially in the realm of spiritual realities. And once you see all these energetic influences and forms of thought, and you process through those things and you say, man, this might be painful, I don't want to see this. But if you remain present with it and you receive that lesson that it's there to teach you, you're empowered to move on and flow forth more freely and be the person that you were always meant to be. And from there, you can open up and share your gifts with the world. Because things weren't meant to be kept inside, it's meant to be given, an endless flow outwards. But never see it as you, the person that's doing the flow, because then that can lead to spaces of wanting in return. Hold on, I'm starting this song again. So yeah, on a usual human basis, and we all have it, we are human, but everybody wants to give with expectation. But the point is true giving is giving without expectation. You just give because that's what's the nature of the heart and what's within you, is you want to give that to others. So I really like taking what my past was of the poeticness and translating that over into a more beautiful reality, to speak life-giving and affirming words both over myself and over others, and to teach others to see between the lines, to reflect back and go through things and put a positive spin on what was once perceived to be negative. Now it becomes a strength. So turning weaknesses into strengths. And it's very beautiful. We're all human, we're gonna make mistakes, but just keep rolling with the flow no matter what comes your way. You might have expected something different to occur, but oh well, if it didn't, what's there right in front of you right now in this now moment? Because we never know what's gonna be ahead in the future. We only have right now to live with and right now to deal with. And when I was living in the past, and all that, I was living in such a state of separation where my mind was elsewhere and I wasn't even here in this moment. So as I began to heal and traverse and, open up to this world of beauty, it's like, man, this now moment's awesome and it's all we ever have. So look out to connect from those depths. And anytime you look a person in the eye, you can see what they're feeling and you get an intimate, precise, you know, connection to where they're at. And it's like, how can I be of service to this person? How can I reflect a more beautiful reality to put them at ease and ease that sting that they presently feel? Healing isn't always instant, nor is it overnight. But the more that we're present with ourselves and for others, we find true connection. We find the ability to relate and truly have loving, appreciating friendships that stand the test of time. And don't worry if things don't go the way that you perceive that they should, because nothing ever truly does. But the point is, the circle eventually envelops the whole. So that's my greatest vision, is to see that whole circle of the world connected. Because at the end of the day, we're all human. And the things that we believe we don't like about others and about ourselves, well, those are just internal images and perhaps the influence of the environment someone may have been raised in. But regardless of how deep down it may seem that somebody's locked inside, hope always remains and grace is always there for you. And unconditional love is there too. So nobody's ever too deep down or too far gone out. We're all worthy of love. So keep rolling, keep flowing, keep expressing, keep creating. Do whatever remains true to you. And even if nobody else can see, know that I see and I'm here for you.